Well, just like Seattle's police department, the city of Seattle's 911 call center is suffering a staffing shortage. It's now being pulled into the controversy over slow police response times. But response times are not the fault of the call center. Fox 13's Matt Markovich shows us why one city council member called it a customer service issue.
Inside Seattle's 911 dispatch center, now under civilian control, no longer with SPD, this is where priority calls and response times and the issues begin. In every city's charter, public safety is a top priority. It's up to elected officials to keep that promise. 2 years ago, during calls to defund police, the Seattle City Council and then Mayor Jenny Durkin approved moving the 911 call center out of police control to a brand new civilian-controlled city department. And like Seattle Police, dispatchers and call takers left in droves.
Some of it was through some of the stresses that were still carryover from the previous year with all the protests and whatnot.
Staffing is down 25%, and now it's caught up in a political controversy stemming from slow police response times.
But unless we have a fully staffed police department to be able to respond to those calls, the calls are going to sit there and wait for an officer.
There is a customer service issue going on with the system right now, with no communication, and that's why people are getting upset.
At a city council meeting, the mayor's office defended how the 911 call center is triaging those calls. It's becoming a queuing service for police.
So with our limited resources, our officers have been prioritizing responding to priority 1 and priority 2 calls.
And those response times are slow. 10.5 minutes at the end of last year for priority 1 calls that are a matter of life and death. Nearly 55 minutes for priority 2, such as theft, car prowls, and burglaries.
And the priority 3 and priority 4 calls get taken, but they may be responded to on an as available basis.
107 minutes for those calls, such as graffiti or trespassing, non-emergency calls, if officers show up.
That's part of why I think we're frustrated by the demand management approach that we're using, because those decisions are already being made to not send police to respond to those lower priority calls.
Call takers perform triage on incoming calls and then use a color coding system to prioritize the call. Then it's up to a police supervisor in each of the city's precincts to decide what lower priority call police will respond to.
But as far as being able to tell 911 callers, hey, you're going to get an officer for this in 3 minutes, we have no idea on that determination.
The goal is eventually to move this civilian-run 911 call center out of the West Seattle Police Department precinct where it is right now, but that's going to cost tens of millions of dollars, and the city doesn't have that kind of money right now. In Seattle, Matt Markovich, Fox 13 News.